From Illinois Public Media News, this is 217 Today. I'm Kimberly Schofield. It's Wednesday, August 14th. Coming up, we'll learn why some health experts advise caution when attending state fairs this summer. That story in just a few minutes, but first, these headlines. The Champaign Unit 4 School Board is starting a new program to help parents better prepare their children for college and the workforce. Superintendent Sheila Boozer announced the launch of the College, Career and Life Readiness Parent Academy at Monday's board meeting.
We're just trying to make sure we are hearing our parents, making sure our parents know what's going on. We hear what our parents are asking us for, and we're doing our best to respond.
The Parent Academy will take place on Tuesday, September 3rd at the iHotel. Attendees will learn more about dual credit courses, internships, and more. People who live in the small town of Cairo, Illinois, are struggling to access fresh food. Rise Community Market is helping to resolve this issue, but they face an uphill battle. Molly Parker is a reporter with Capital News Illinois. She tells the 21st Show why supermarkets struggle in food deserts like Cairo.
The same forces that created food deserts, which is absolutely the monopolization or at least the concentration of these handful of really large companies, especially in midsize and small town America, is making it almost impossible to compete.
Parker says that subsidizing grocery stores in food deserts is crucial to helping those communities thrive. 1 week ahead of the Democratic National Convention, Muslim leaders in Chicago gathered at Navy Pier to make policy demands of government leaders. Adora Namigata reports.
Muslim leaders said they want the current presidential administration and delegates who will be attending the convention to advance policies bringing the Israel-Hamas war to an end. Here's Illinois Muslim Action Network Saeed Khan.
Stop sending offensive weapons to Israel. Secure permanent ceasefire. Finalize a long-awaited promised two-state solution.
Speakers reminded politicians that the largest Palestinian population in the United States is in Illinois. They said there will be thousands of peaceful protesters from all over the U.S. in Chicago advocating for Palestinians next week during the DNC. Adora Namigade.
3 Illinois women's soccer players were named to the preseason players to watch list in the Big Ten. Seniors Kennedy Burchell and Ella Karolak joined sophomore Maya Archibald as players of note. The team finished last year with 6 wins, 8 losses, and 3 ties. They open up the 2024 season tomorrow against Wright State at 7 p.m. Still to come, we'll learn why some health experts advise caution when attending state fairs this summer. That story is coming up next on 217 Today.
Next time on the 21st Show, DEI has become a political buzzword. But diversity, equity, and inclusion represents a wide range of policies, from redressing historic wrongs to making sure people feel welcome at work or school. We'll break it down and talk about how DEI could change depending on who wins this year's presidential election. I'm Brian Mackey, and that's next time on the 21st Show. Join us.
You're listening to 217 Today. I'm Kimberly Schofield. It's state fair season. Fairs are open now in Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, and Indiana. But some health experts warn that bringing animals and humans together in one place can be an easy way for diseases to spread. As Side Effects Public Media Ben Thorpe reports, those concerns are heightened by the first ever detection of bird flu in dairy cows earlier this year.
State fairs are known for things like Ferris wheels and corn dogs, sculptures made entirely from butter, and the biggest pig in the state. But state fairs also bring humans and animals from farms across the state into close contact, which means they can also be places where it's easier to spread disease. That's of particular concern this year. Bird flu infections have been confirmed in dairy cows in 13 states for the first time ever. The virus has even infected some dairy workers. But not everyone seems to know about that. Mel Ventimiglia stands in front of several cows with his grandkids inside of the cattle barn at the Indiana State Fair in Indianapolis. He says bird flu isn't even on his radar.
I haven't heard it. Anybody mention it except for you? Yeah. And hopefully I'll forget it pretty quickly.
Elsewhere, cattle farmer Randy Mason says he follows basic precautions to keep his cattle from getting sick while at the fair, but he's not particularly worried.
A lot of that, in my opinion, gets overblown to some extent. They get one or two cases and then it becomes, like everything the government does, it becomes overblown and out of proportion.
But scientists say that not enough is being done to prepare for bird flu. They worry the virus could mutate from being a cow virus to being a human virus. At some state fairs, officials have enacted stricter rules this year to keep the virus from spreading. In Minnesota, which has detected cases of bird flu within its dairy cattle, the state requires all cows to have a negative bird flu test before they come to the state fair. That's not the case in other states, including Indiana. Here's Brett Marsh. He's the Indiana state veterinarian.
Since we've not had a diagnosis, we've not put those additional measures in. States like Minnesota have had the diagnosis in dairy herds in their states, so they've taken additional measures.
He says Indiana told farmers to keep an eye out for signs of bird flu in their animals. They also advised them to quarantine their animals for 30 days after being shown. But without a positive test, he says, the state doesn't need to put tighter restrictions in place. The problem is, though, scientists widely agree there is not enough testing going on to fully understand which states have cows infected with bird flu.
The assumption should be this virus is in the state of Indiana. We just haven't found it yet.
That's Amish Adalja. He's a senior scholar for the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security. He says states like Indiana don't have any positive cases because they aren't looking for them.
That's what they should be messaging, not our cows are free. That's foolish to believe.
Despite those concerns, some experts say that isn't a reason to miss out on the state fair.
I'm still going to the fair. Family's still going to the fair. I had a milkshake when I was there.
That's Andrew Bowman. He is a professor of veterinary preventative medicine at The Ohio State University. He says at-risk populations, such as the immunocompromised, should consider avoiding the cattle barn this year.
Exercise caution and really kind of think about which contacts they need to have and can I enjoy the animal exhibits maybe from a little further distance and not get right in the middle of it.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have issued guidance to reduce the spread of bird flu at state fairs. The guidance prohibits dumping milk on the ground and advises keeping cows from different herds apart. But they say the risk to humans from the bird flu virus remains low. So, wash your hands after visiting the cattle barn, but don't let that stop you from riding the Ferris wheel or eating a deep-fried Oreo or a butter stick, if you're into that. I'm Ben Thorpe, Side Effects Public Media.
In Illinois, the State Department of Agriculture now requires that lactating dairy cattle be tested for bird flu before being exhibited at the Illinois and Du Quoin state fairs, county fairs, and other livestock exhibitions. Side Effects Public Media is a health reporting collaboration of NPR member stations across the Midwest. And finally, in your forecast, meteorologist Andrew Pritchard says today will be mostly sunny with a high of 85 degrees. That's it for today. 217 Today is produced by Stephanie Mosqueda. Reporting today contributed by Annalika Ochuba, Alyssa Eaton, Adora Namigata, Colin Highslope, and Ben Thorpe. Music by the Kilbourne Alley Blues Band. Reginald Hardwick is our news director. I'm Kimberly Schofield. 217 Today is a production of Illinois Public Media. Thanks for listening, stay safe, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.